What is up, everybody? Welcome to the official podcast of Rocklahoma, and of course, I am your host with the locks that rocks, Adam Richmond. How you doing? I hope everybody had a great couple of weeks off, as we did not do a show last week. We were too busy getting good and sauced up and blowing crap up, right? I mean, that's what it's all about. So you know what? Happy birthday, America, and give one up for everybody who blew up some stuff. Yes, man. Hello, the fake studio audience is here. That's right, folks. Now, we are back, and last time we talked, we were coming fresh off the hills of Rock the River, the festival here in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. I made so many new friends when you all descended on the campgrounds of Camp Sparrowhawk Camp on the Illinois River. And I've had so much fun with you folks, and I want to give a huge thanks to Camp Bocock and Balls. I always mess that one up. I love it so much. Here you go, Mr. Bocock and Balls. There you go. As well as Joey and company, and Brent and everybody else who went kayaking with us over the weekend. I couldn't resist. I just been wanting to set those things off in the kayak so long, and it was just too good of an opportunity to pass up, and we had a lot of fun. Now, what did you guys do this 4th of July weekend? Is everybody okay? Everybody still got the same amount of digits you did before the weekend of pyrotechnics? I wish I could have made it, Christian says. We wish I could have seen you too. I'm checking out the comments here. I see Lori. I'm so excited to get to experience Derek Randall tonight. Yes, that's right. We got Derek Randall. We're going to switch things up a little bit. We're going to give you a little bit of a southern taste, a southern flavor with Derek Randall tonight. Later on in the show, give you a little taste of somebody who was sent my way thanks to Lori Brass and the Rock the Equinox crew. I see the other half of Camp Mardi Gras is in the house. What's up, Christy? Misfit is in the house. I also see Camp Black Pearl is being represented. And what is up, Mel? And yeah, so I tell you guys what, we got a lot to talk about tonight. All right, I've got some pieces of information that I would like to share with you folks as we get ready for our next music festival. Some things that you guys really need to know. I should have been talking about it a week or two ago, because I know you guys, just like me, are planning for our vacation, our weekend full of parties, the thing that we work our asses off all year long to celebrate for each other. I mean, the whole reason we've got a podcast here. And yes, I do include you all in this. This is just as much y'all's podcast as it is mine. Thanks, by the way, Lori, for sending those stars. Wow. Now, first up, we're going to talk about that information. Then I'm going to break you off somebody. I'm going to break off a piece of that lineup, that Rocklahoma 2023 lineup. I have yet to feature this band on the podcast, but tonight I'm going to be bringing you some Jessica Hill. And I am so very, very impressed. And you know, I love those female-led metal bands, because there's just something about the voice of a heavy metal siren that just gets me down in my soul and makes me want to rock out. They're the reason I can't keep a hairband on tonight, right? No, not that kind of hairband anyway. So let's go ahead and pay some bills and go ahead and break off into the show. First up, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors, DEB Concerts. Thank you so much for Doug and crew for supporting this show for so long. DEB Concerts are the folks that power the DEB Concert stage inside of the Roadhouse at Rocklahoma. So they've got their stage is nice and protected by that big old tent. So we don't have to worry about all of the sun's rays and any kind of midday showers we might get. So be sure that you are checking them out at Rocklahoma. And they've also got a nice bar, and it's just an awesome area back over there. That's the Roadhouse, where you can find the DEB Concert stage. Also, we want to give a huge shout out to AYS Rentals. At Your Service Rentals, your official supplier of portable restrooms. Now, guys, you can get your own portable restroom at Rocklahoma and at Born and Raised music festivals by working with one of the festival's partners, AYS Rentals. They will rent you your own portable restroom. They'll come set it up. You can squat in confidence. No more waiting in lines like that guy. Hey, dude, what are you doing over there?
Dinner was full.
Yeah, I didn't call AYS Rentals. Remember, guys, you can even have them come and service your RVs as well with dump and fills. Dumping Fields, I had to say it. Now, you can also get your own swimming pool, too, and you get to keep the pool. So that's awesome, and that's the best way to beat the heat that Labor Day weekend. If it's anything like this summer has been, it is going to be a hot one. So those pools are going to come in very, very handy. Also, want to give a huge shout out to Rockavet. Now, Rockavet started out as a humble little camp trying to help out veterans and, just give back to those who served their countries. And man, it has grown so much over the years. We've facilitated giving so many passes away to veterans, not only to Rocklahoma, but Born and Raised too, and concerts and festivals abroad, because they believe in sharing that music that is medicine. So you know what? Join me, everybody, and give a huge shout out to Rockavet.
Click, click, boom to the bets.
Yes, sir. Also want to give a shout out to my Rocklahoma bitches. Thank you guys so much for helping power the show. These girls have been just a staple of any Rocklahoma party and the Rock family. These girls, they just do so much for us. Thank you, girls, so much for supporting the party. Also want to give a huge shout out to the Big Old Bus. I mean, guys, I've been doing this for going on 8 years, and I've seen a lot of things. I've seen parties. I've seen giant, tall cages with people dancing with nothing but a Pringles can on. I have seen some really cool stuff, but it wasn't until Rocklahoma's Big Old Bus came on the scene that I really have witnessed a crew that just loves to facilitate such a good time in there. I didn't think I could say such a thing as healthy debauchery, but they always take care of everyone. They make sure everybody's safe and everything's cool while allowing folks to just get up and dance like nobody's watching. And some of y'all dance kind of dirty.
Giggity.
But yeah, so we thank you so much, Big Old Bus, and it was amazing time at Rock the River. I can't wait to see some of these other festivals that you guys are going to be looking at down the road. Now, with that being said, folks, I think it is time for us to go ahead and break into the show. So the best way we break into the show is break into a beer. So it doesn't matter what you're drinking, what you're having, what you're partaking, or you can do both. But it is time for us to go ahead and start the show the way we do off every week with a nice healthy cheers. This week's cheers is brought to you by Prior Liquor, who has sent me a delicious brew to taste. It helped take care of me, and this is Still Wheat. Steely Wheat. And I know not everybody's into the wheat beers, but I love some wheat beer. You can get yours at Prior Liquor. Make sure that you stop as you fill up for your Rocklahoma Music Festival as you come into town. So with that being said, folks, let's go ahead and get our stuff together. Cheers, everybody. Woo. Oh, that is tasty. You know what? And just for safe measure. Don't you hate it when they get all jammed up and stuff? Ugh. Ruin a good cheers. Anyway, I don't think that counts as a party foul. So, guys, how was your weekend? I know I asked that earlier. Drop in the comments. Let me know if you had a good 4th of July, what you did. Did you spend it with family? Did you go rock out to some live music? Did you go jump on the lake or the nearest body of water? Hopefully clean water as it is. We was really, it was very chill. We went and hung out with some family. I delivered some bounce houses, so I was very happy to go make some money so that I can blow it all up later on in the evening. Fortunately, my daughter worked at a fireworks stand, so we loved that employee discount. It really helped as we put together a modest but an exciting firework show. I hope everybody was safe. If any of you guys have any truly epic stories that you would like to share from your 4th of July weekend, you can shoot me an email to survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. I'd love to hear your stories, and if you change the names or you would like for me to share, you never know, a funny email or a good story might even make it to the Facebook or web page. Now, survivingrocklahoma.com is actually going to be revamped. I originally made the website as a blog website, and incidentally, I don't blog very much. So we're going to call this thing for what it is, and we're just going to make it more of an information hub than a blog site. But I would love to get your reviews of any live music or just any events in the area. Let me know how you guys get down around town, and let me know of your experiences. If you've got something to share, go ahead and send it to survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. Mary Jo says she spent it with her hubby, Jack Fain. Man, that is so sweet. Give Jack all of the love. But we love us some Jack Fain, and we hope to see him soon. I want to thank Angel, by the way. One of my favorite pictures from Rock the River was with Mr. Fain, and you can find all of those great photos on Photography by Angel Lee on Facebook. Check out her photo albums, and you can see some of the footage from the different festivals she's been working. We are gearing up for that Rocklahoma season. I can't wait to see what we capture this year. Bo Cockenball says, Lori Brass, the Rocklahoma badass. I like that. That's everybody needs a moniker. Oh, you're going to make me blush. That would be on a shirt. Absolutely. You know what? That's fine. Because I may rock the locks, but Lori rocks the knocks. Oh, yes. I'm going to take that one. Yes. Thank you. The studio audience has me. I pay them well. Now, we have been talking a little bit about Rocklahoma. Now, Rocklahoma is just around the bend. I mean, just a little over 10 weeks, I think. It is now July 10th. We've got all of July into August, and then we'll be at Rocklahoma. So it is time now, folks, for you all to be getting all of your camping gear out if you haven't done so already. I know Rock the Equinox was the perfect opportunity to get all of your camping gear out and to test it. Lord knows we weather tested it as we dodged those thunderstorms, last month. And I'm sorry, I don't know what the weather's going to be for this year yet. We're still a couple months away, but fair chance of saying that it's going to be either extremely hot or it is going to be rainy with a chance of tornadoes. So at this point, plan for both because, Oklahoma, we like our Rocklahomas like we like our exes. Bipolar and difficult, right? I can say that because I hadn't had one in 20-some years, so I think they forgot all about me. I will tell you about your weather, Christy. Make sure that you guys are getting that rain gear ready. Mud boots are always good to have on standby. Make sure that you are seeing what kind of options you have available for keeping yourself cool. Now, it's I think several people know about me getting a little sick after the music festival. It was the last day. Guys, I was fine. All day, I've been hydrating, and then all of a sudden, man, my heart rate spiked, and it can take you like that. Heat exhaustion is no joke. And I don't care how tough you are or how healthy you are. Heat exhaustion is something everyone is susceptible to. So make sure that you are making plans to hydrate. Bring those Pedialyte hydration packs. There's a wide array of different things that you can buy that you can add to your drinks, or you can also get some of these really cool neck fans that I'm seeing all over Walmart. But yeah, be looking at ways for you to stay cool. While it's super hot out there, go out and work in your backyard and find some ways for you to stay cool, because Rocklahoma is a marathon. It is not a sprint. The festival may only be 3 days long. However, most of us get out there several days earlier. So not only are we going to be pre-gaming unnecessarily hard, and I know some of us like to drink heavily, which dehydrates you. So I know this all goes without saying, but this is very crucial. I want to make sure that everybody stays safe and that we don't go down before the festival even starts, because there's some folks that do it every year. 9-day crew goes hard in the paint, she says. I'd love to get out there earlier this year. That's why I can't go to Rocklahoma anymore. Oh, that one breaks my heart, Mary. Bo Cock and Balls says pickle juice. And you know what? That is true. That really helps. So with that being said, there's also some other things that I would like to share, because a lot of us, we power our parties by various means. Now, I don't know about anyone else. I can only speak for my own personal experience, and I've got a few other folks in the chat that share these experiences. Literally, Christy's in there, and we split everything down the middle in funding Camp Mardi Gras. We've been doing our annual camp party for 9 years now. Now, I've seen a lot of campground parties, a lot of campground organizations and such come and go. But one thing stays in common: it is very expensive, not only for the tickets, but for all of the little extras, whether it be party favors, things to hand out, such as wristbands, the little silicone things. We each come back with a sleeve of them every year. And stickers and really cool things that we like to give away for no reason other than we like to have a good time and we like to party with our friends. So some of us, we like to recover those costs, and we do what we can to offset those by making commemorative shirts. I've made them every year for like the last 4 years, the last 6 years. We've been doing Camp Mardi Gras shirts. And so those shirts seldom make it back into our personal pockets or into our bank accounts for that matter. However, whenever you do get to sell, 10, 15 shirts and maybe make $100 or $200, it's kind of nice to know that you didn't have to max out your credit card for making some of your flyers and your posters to make your campsite party. Now, my whole point in talking about all of the merch is, guys, just remember, no one, we all do what we want to do because we like to have fun. We just want to have a great time. And most of us who go to concerts, most of us who go to festivals, most of us who go to other places, we like to pick up souvenirs. One of our favorite forms of souvenirs are T-shirts, and that is pretty much one of the go-to ways that a lot of us like to raise funds and such. So by doing that, we are offsetting those costs and giving our friends, family, and folks who frequent our parties a chance to take some of that home and represent it anywhere that they go. So with that being said, folks, merch means a lot to a lot of folks, and I know that some folks don't appreciate it, and if those folks don't appreciate it, then they don't have to buy it. Speaking of, if you would like to help put some gas in my gas tank so that I can go to Rocklahoma and offset those VIP passes I buy every year, or you can help offset, the trip to Rock Island or anywhere else that this podcast would like to send me, well, you can buy one of my shirts because I make them too. And here is the official podcast of Rocklahoma. You can buy your shirts for $25 by going to survivingrocklahoma.com. By doing that, you support the show. That helps me support the campsite and the party and this whole production that brings you coverage of our favorite festival. And if you don't, no hard feelings, I don't take it personally. You see how easy that was? And let's just go ahead and move on with that. So now, with that being said, folks, one other thing. If you are going to print anything out and you're going to make any merch or any of that other stuff, one thing to remember is let's all be a little bit more original. This goes for myself included. Remember, folks, Rocklahoma is a trademarked property, as is their logo, their font, and all of that other stuff. So I only bring this up because every year we have some folks that like to sell some counterfeit shirts. Not, promoting anything, but directly ripping off the festival. We see them every year in the Facebook groups. Now, normally they don't stick around because some of us who appreciate the festival, we call them out, we shut them down, and it's no big thing. However, Rocklahoma is doing more things on their own. They're calling their own shots. They're doing a lot more things in-house. So with that being said, let's cut them a break. Let's let them keep their own brand, keep their own logo, and we don't have to worry about accidentally taking a logo somewhere that it doesn't really belong and creating any confusions for the folks that put on the party that we love so much. So that's my 2 cents, folks. We have got a world of creative people out there. So, let's just come up with our own logos and such. I know a lot of folks that'll do it for free. One of my near and dear friends has actually been breaking out into the graphic design and making more of a business model out of it. So I want to give a huge shout out to India Greasy of Scene Queen Graphics. She will actually be designing several shirts that we will be selling on Surviving Rocklahoma exclusively on our website. So you're going to see several new designs, and you can represent your favorite podcast while you're also powering that podcast at the same time. Now, speaking of the campgrounds, we were talking a little bit about that. On survivingrocklahoma.com, we have began hosting the Rocklahoma campgrounds map. Now, in years past, that has been on the Facebook page, the Rocklahoma Campgrounds Map Facebook group, and we still have that group. I invite everyone who goes to Rocklahoma to join this Facebook group. It is dedicated to the campsites of Rocklahoma, and there's only a couple of mods, me being the main one. So it's just, it's a great community to network and figure out, who's doing what and, what fits. Now, if you go to survivingrocklahoma.com and click on the Rocklahoma Campgrounds map, it'll take you to a page that has a digital map. Now, what it is, it's a PDF that you can view on any device, whether it be your cell phone, your computer, or anything. I've had some great some individuals who have been helping me out immensely this year. Darren and Fallon both have been contributing so much information and making it so much easier for me that all I got to do is just download it, update it, and upload it to the website, which happened today. So if you've been waiting on an update to the Rocklahoma Campgrounds map, remember, this is powered independently, not by Rocklahoma. So if you book with Rocklahoma and you've got questions about your campsite and all of that other stuff, you need to contact Rocklahoma directly. This is just something a bunch of us fans and enthusiasts put together so that we can help keep ourselves organized. Now, when I looked at the updated map today, I've got to say it was absolutely packed. I mean, the event list is several pages long. Now, the actual physical map is 1 page, and I've got another page, the first page, which is, I've got a blow up of the property with an overlay, and I've got the legend that they use on the website. But there's 8 pages almost of parties and events going on. That's how many parties and how much stuff is going on in those campgrounds. And that's why most of us go no matter what. So, speaking of Fallon, she has been doing a lot of work for us, keeping track of all of the campsites that's wanted to be listed in our annual T-shirt that we put together. Well, that she puts together, the all camp T-shirt. And last I was told, there was like over 150 campsites. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Fallon, if you're in the comments. But, I mean, there's a ton of campsites that want their name listed on these commemorative shirts. And you can get with her on how to get those. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not involved in that. However, she did want me to remind everybody that if you would like your campsite listed on the all campsites shirt that Fallon's going to be making, go ahead and get with her. Britt Simmons says 178 camps at Rocklahoma have submitted to have their names listed on the Rocklahoma Campgrounds shirt. So that's freaking awesome. I want to give a huge shout out for you guys who absolutely love to work together and put together an amazing time. Going back to the comments. Yeah. Well, you know what, guys? I tell you what. Now, I've flapped my gums for over 30 minutes, which is not, it's a podcast, but, that's not the only thing we do around here. I also like to play some music. And we've been talking about Rocklahoma for like the last 15 to 20 minutes straight. So I think it's time for us to give you a little taste of Rocklahoma. Now, I haven't featured these folks on the show yet, so I'm very excited to get full express permission. All of you Facebook copyright flaggers, they said I can play it. They said they'd be happy for me to feature Jesse Kill. And that was Jesse Kill with Metal Nights. You can see these Nights of Metal rocking at Rocklahoma. just over 2 months away. Labor Day weekend is coming up fast and furious, and we've been talking about it all hour long, I would say. We got some other stuff going on too. We cover more than just one festival, folks. We also cover the local rock music scene, loud, local, and live. That's how we like to do it. And we're going to do just that by breaking out the concert calendar. So this Saturday, I want to give a huge shout out to Dead Metal Society. They're going to be in Kansas, at Kansas Crossing, Pittsburgh, Kansas. That's going to be going on this Saturday at 9 p.m. There's also a freaking epic show going on at the Vanguard tomorrow night. I see you all in the comments talking about it. Do me a favor and share a link to that as well, or send me an email, survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com, so we can get that added to the calendar. Who's playing at the Vanguard tomorrow, y'all? I'm not seeing it up on my screen, although July 14th, Kiss My Metal show at the Blackbird on Pearl. We've also got Tommy Howell returns to Tulsa with Zach Wenzel Band at the Venue Shrine Saturday at 8 p.m. If you love you some Red Hot Chili Peppers, but you're like me and you can't afford their ticket prices, well, you can get the next best thing by seeing the Red Not Chili Peppers, the tribute band, Saturday, July 22nd at 6 p.m. That's going to be a fun show. We've also got Falling in Reverse, the popular monster is going to be Falling in Reverse is going to be at the official Zoo Amphitheater July 18th at 6:30. And also July 20th, Nickelback's going to be at the Walmart Amphitheater with Brantley Gilbert. I know all of y'all hating Nickelback out there, all right? But I don't care. I love me some Nickelback, and I proudly sing their newer song, but I'm having a brain fart, so I can't think of the name. San Quentin. I proudly sing that in my truck every time, so hate me if you want. I don't care. Paramore is going to be at the BOK Center July 29th, and I've got to find a way to weasel my way into some media, whether it be at the Canes Ballroom July 2nd or the night before in Fayetteville at JJ's Live. Steel Panther is going to be in our neck of the woods, and they're one of my favorite bands ever, and I got to meet Michael Starr last time they were in town, and he was so freaking fun. And let's not forget Giovanni in the Hired Guns is going to be at the Diamond Ballroom August 5th. I would love to see them. That is I feel like that's going to be a great show. And rounding things out, folks, we got Shelter in Place, Awaken the Giant, Kira, and All's Fair is going to be playing at the Venue Shrine August 5th. So we got a lot of shows coming up, y'all. And I can't wait to see some of these local bands playing here in the venues again. After seeing them at Rock the River and a few other places, I need to get out to a good venue in Tulsa and just jam out with my friends. I think we're going to find us a show here in the next couple of weeks. I think we need to. What show would you like me to go and cover? Local bands, give me a shout out. survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. So that's what's going on in the calendar. Now, as you know, we've been talking about it all hour. We've also got Rocklahoma coming up, Labor Day weekend. That's the next festival that we're going to be pushing towards. But then 2 weeks later, we got Born and Raised. And with us having Born and Raised coming up in the next couple of months, I've been talking about it for a bit. And it is time for us to go ahead and put together our Red Dirt special for Surviving Rocklahoma. I think we're going to do a fresh title for it. We're going to do it up all nice, and we're going to feature some local country and red dirt artists. So you red dirt artists out there, send me your emails as well, surviving@rocklahoma@gmail.com. Send me those EPKs. I've still got a couple of guitars that I need to give away. So who knows what kind of shenanigans we're going to get into once we get into a whole new bunch of people. But I got a country soul, so I've always got a soft spot for some good red dirt. Now, when we're done with the Born and Raised, we are going to be covering Rock the Equinox coming up in a couple of months at Lake John Wells in Stigler, Oklahoma. Now, folks, this one is a free festival. Let me get closer. It's a free festival. Grab your wife, grab your kids, grab your husband. Hell, grab the grandparents. I don't care. Bring them all out to Lake John Wells in Stigler, Oklahoma. There's free camping. There's a frickin' lake. I'm going to be bringing a bounce house like I do every year, and we're also going to have some amazing live music, and you get to hang out with them as well. And these are the types of festivals that I really love to go to, because when they're not performing, these artists are out mingling and hanging out with each other and collaborating and networking. And so you never know who you're going to see when you're out there and just enjoying your time with the family. Remember, all of these musics are just everyday people like you and I. And it just really does reinforce that sense of family that we have in this fertile Oklahoma rock music scene. And I just can't wait for Stigler, Oklahoma. And now that I got my kayak, I'm going to get out there and do a few laps in the lake and see what we can get going out on the water. I think we may need to get some water sports going out there. Not like that. Gross. But get out there and get the boats out there, get our kayaks out there, and find something fun to do on the lake. That would be, see, the wheels are already turning. But I tell you what, I want to give you a taste of what you're going to see here in a couple of months at Rock the Equinox. And he sent me an email a month or two back, but I got refocused on some other things. But long overdue for me to give this gentleman some airtime on Surviving Rocklahoma. Ladies and gentlemen, Derek Randall.
Chasers, tell the girls to swing by later. I grab a keg and get it fired up. Later on, gonna play some flip cup. Tell the neighbors that we're gonna get a little loud. Trying to get a little lost just to get found. Gonna just let go and scream it out. Not living for tomorrow, but for right now. We set our souls on fire every time we light the night up. No telling what we're gonna do. Turn up with nothing to lose. No need to leave the light on, 'cause we're out here looking for trouble. No telling what we're gonna do, Turn up with nothing to lose. It's Friday night, I need a cold beer, while the rest of the world seems to disappear. A good time with a few of my good friends, laying out back, getting turned up again. And it's something about them Saturday nights that keep us chasing the neon lights till the morning when the sun comes up. 'Cause we ain't ever gonna get enough. We set our souls on fire every time we light the night up. No Turned up with nothing to lose.
And that was Derek Randall with Light the Night Up. And guys, even if you're not much of a country person, watch that video and tell me that he doesn't get it. So I can't wait to see Derek. I can't wait to sit down and pick his brain and see way more music, a lot more music from him at Rock the Equinox at Lake John Wells, September 29th and the 30th. And that's going to be an amazing time had by all. Now, guys, as we start winding down the show, I like to wrap up every episode by saying thank you. Thank you so much, y'all, for tuning in, sitting with me, and enjoying a beer or whatever it is that you're enjoying, and jamming to some great local tunes. Remember, bands, if you'd like your music featured on Surviving Rocklahoma, all you got to do is submit your music. It's easy. Send me an EPK to survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. Basically, just tell me who you are, where you're from, what you're all about. Send me a link or two to some of your music. Maybe throw in a picture so I can throw it up and let everybody know what you look like. It's super easy, and just about anyone. You never know if you don't send it in. Now, if you're going to be playing in the area, why don't you go ahead and let me know where you're playing as well. Submit those gigs so I can get you added onto our concert calendar. Also, if you're going to be enjoying the show regardless of what streaming platform, whether it's here on YouTube, Facebook or YouTube or Twitch, or you're getting caught up on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts, remember to like, follow, and subscribe. Those numbers matter, folks, especially while we push for cool new features at whatever the platform. I know we are pushing for 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and if we get 1,000 subscribers before Rocklahoma, I've got a special prize for the 1,000th subscriber of Surviving Rocklahoma on YouTube. That's our goal. We need 1,000 subscriptions, and whoever subscribes, I'm going to have a little something special for you, okay? So, other than that, folks, we've talked a lot about Rocklahoma, the surrounding festivals. Folks, get out and support your local musicians. These folks making the music, guys, trust me, they don't make anything off streaming and the streaming softwares and all of this other stuff. So that's how you support them, is by going to those shows, supporting them by buying that merch. All of those things help fund their dreams as they can travel all over the country. And supporting your local music is way much more than just push and play on the radio. So get out there and support your favorite local bands. While you're at it, let's actually, I tell you what, let's go ahead and thanks our sponsors. I got sidetracked. Once again, thank you, DEB Concerts, for answering the question, what do you want to do with your life?
I wanna rock.
And I want to also give a huge shout out to AYS Reynolds. You can get your own portable restrooms for Rocklahoma and born and raised by going to aysreynolds.com. Also want to give a huge shout out to Rockavet. Make sure that you follow Camp Rockavet, because they're always doing fundraisers and giveaways to help support our veterans, because music is medicine, and that's what they are all about. Also want to give a huge shout out to Rocklahoma Bitches for keeping the party alive. Make sure that you are following the girls wherever they go. You never know. I understand that they are going to be working on some contests for their new merch designs. So be sure you're watching this Rocklahoma Bitches social medias for details. They're taking suggestions now. So you never know, you could have some input on the next big swag giveaway. The Big Old Bus has been rocking since 2023. I feel like they've been rocking for longer than that, folks. But you can't miss them at Rocklahoma. You walk across the property, you're going to see them. So make sure that you give them lots of love and tell them thanks for supporting Surviving Rocklahoma. And if you would like to partner or sponsor the show, you can send an email, Surviving Rocklahoma. But just like these other folks did. But I just came here to podcast and drink some beer, folks. Well, I'm out of podcast, and the beer that Monty gave me, well, it's empty. So I guess it's about time to go ahead and wrap it up. Remember, folks, stay on the positive side of life, and always rock on.